Hello, Forest Park. I'm Don Jones. I'm the city manager for the city of Forest Park. I'm here today to give you a little brief update on where we are today. I've been having these shows weekly, off the cuff, to talk and update the citizens on various aspects of the city and how we are doing our jobs and how we plan on doing it. But obviously, in these times, we're going to here today to talk about updates with regards to the coronavirus. Let's start with the status of our buildings. The senior center is closed. It continues to be closed until further notice. All senior activities during the day, all private functions during the evening, every activity that was scheduled there has been closed and either rescheduled or canceled. That gets us into some social distancing. The senior center was all the hub of our senior activity. We have a huge group of seniors in our community, very active. We have to practice social distancing, but that doesn't mean social isolation. We want to make sure that our seniors are not isolated. Not having this place to go on a daily basis could be of harm to them. Depression breeds other kinds of issues, whether it's not eating properly, not taking their medicine, not having access to get to the store. So we're asking everyone, if you've got a senior citizen in your life, to make sure that you give them a call, check up on them, and make sure they have everything they need. Our website will have information with regards to pro seniors and other senior resources. We're also partnering and working and coordinating with the churches and other nonprofits to provide food and so forth. So we want to make sure that we are the repository of information so that people can find the services that they need. We also, our senior center director, our recreation director, is also going to be in contact with the senior citizens. So if you have information or you need information with regards to senior citizens and activities and services that can help them, please give him a call directly. Our staff is still working. They may be working from home, they may be working in other locations, but they are answering their phones. If you leave them a message, they'll call you back. Our website is a source of, we're using that as a source of information, not only for the city, but as a source for county, state, other local information with regards as a place that a one-stop shop for all that type of information. Go take a look at our website. We're adding things to it every day. The municipal building is now closed to the public. However, again, we are still in business. What does that mean to the public? At this time, it's tax season. We've extended the filing deadline according to the IRS guidelines. So whatever the IRS guideline is for filing taxes and paying taxes, that the city of Forest Park will follow those same exact guidelines. If you'd like to file your taxes, there are drop boxes and signs at the building where you do not have to enter the building and you can drop your taxes off. Our people will process and prepare those taxes for you and contact you when they're finished. Permits, our permitting department is also accepting information and requests for permit, again, online. Taxes, we refer you to go online and file. That's the preferred method. You can pay and process and file your taxes online on our website. Permitting, you can download forms. We have forms available. All of our buildings are closed to the public. However, the police department lobby is open for people to come and go. That's a secured area. It also has glass so that our people are protected and you're protected as well. So our main goal when shutting down buildings is to protect the public and to protect our workers so that we can continue to provide services and not let them be exposed more than they really need to be in the regular course of their job. So you can still go to the police department lobby. There is information there. You can file and request permitting information. So if you have a building permit that you're looking for or you need to file forms for a building permit, you can leave them in drop boxes that are located in the lobby of the police department. Again, our inspection department is still making inspections. If you need information or you need to contact them, call their phone number. Those numbers, again, are being monitored, and they will return your call next business day, if not sooner. Court is still closed until further notice. We've rescheduled everything through the first through the first week of May. Our website again have more information on the exact date. In terms of services, non-essential services have been suspended. We are or postponed. So in terms of large appliance pickup, we've canceled that for now. Normally everybody gets ready in the spring to set out their large appliances. We're going to do that later on in the year. Also, our chipper service is going to be pushed back in terms of when it starts. The reason for that is it takes two people to work together and we're trying to separate our employees so that they're at least 6 feet apart when they're doing their jobs, if not more. So our Public Works Department is still working. They're out there making sure that that the public is protected, that the streets are safe. If there's some issues, they're still doing their jobs. But to do things that would put them in contact with each other or with the general public, things that can be put off and deferred to a later time, we're trying to put those off and concentrate on the core emergency services to make sure that transportation routes are open. Police and fire departments, they are operating as usual. Now they will have some different procedures in terms of how they respond, but if you call 911 or if you call for services, they will respond to all of your events. So if it's I would say go to, if it's a non-emergency, use the non-emergency number. If you're not sure, just please call if you need service, if you need help. But again, be mindful that our people are trying not to get exposed into situations where they can stay back and do information on the phone. If they can take reports over the phone, that will be the preferred method to get a response from us. So if you have an emergency, continue to call 911. We will respond. Our parks are open. Well, what does that mean? That means you can go to the park and enjoy the park. However, based on guidelines that have been provided by the health department, the play structures that are at each location are closed and are going to be closed until further notice. It's impossible for us to clean those things on a daily basis. They would get contaminated, and it's a source where, just by their very nature, kids could be really close to each other and together, and we want to discourage that right now as we're talking about social distancing and making sure that no one is exposed that doesn't need to be. In that vein as well, and this is one that I really hate to say, is that our basketball courts will also be closed. Again, basketball is a sport that causes people to be in direct contact with each other and causes large groups to accumulate and to congregate. Hopefully this will be just a short-term measure, and we'll be able to open up those basketball courts and let everybody get back to their regular lives. But right now, the play structures and the courts themselves will be closed. The parks are open. You can come and walk. You can play. Again, keep your social distancing and get out and get some exercises as best you can. Obviously, Winton Woods has a lot of nice, it's close here to Forest Park, and they have a lot of nice trails and so forth that you can enjoy. Just get out and walk and get out in some fresh air. Be aware. During this time, you'll find a lot of folks who are trying to take advantage of people. We need to make sure that whether it's donations or whether it's requests for information or whether it's things in the mail or fishing expeditions on your emails, a lot of folks now are, a lot of the scammers are targeting people with this coronavirus. Be careful the things you open on the email. Be careful with the things that you respond to. The City of Forest Park will not be asking you to respond to us directly other than through the phone call. But in general, be aware in general. From the city, we've been talking about energy aggregation for the last year and a half. We finally got it down pat. You will receive letters with regards to energy aggregation. Make sure they'll have the city's logo. They'll also have Constellation Energy, and Waycross Media will be running a nice show in addition to this. But in general, we're going to be sending that out. Keep an eye out for it. It's not garbage. Be aware of that. But in general, be careful with the things that you're doing online, and be aware of the scam artists out there that are trying to separate you from your money by either your fear or your desire to help your community. There's a lot of great charities around, a lot of churches that you can use your money locally that are running food pantries and servicing the community with by providing meals. And so just be careful. One of the ways we're communicating with the public is through our website and through social media, but also we also want to make the public aware of Swift 911. It's a service that the city offers. You could sign up on our website. Just click on it. It's right there on the front page. It's called Swift 911. And what it is, it'll allow you to enter your information. You can sign up right there. If you sign up for that, you'll be getting emergency alerts. We can send them out. We may send them out by geographic area. We can send them out to various folks, anybody signed up with our zip code. So there's various ways that we can communicate to the public. You will receive a text message if there's something that we think is important that you need to know. So go ahead and sign up for it now and see how it works. And that way, if there is an emergency of some sort, and this is good for all kinds of emergencies, not just information that you'd be receiving through COVID. It could be a weather alert. It could be a snow emergency. It could be all kinds of things that we may send out a Swift 911. So sign up early, sign up now before we need it, and be a part of the group. And if we determine that there's something that we need to send out to you, we'll send it. That's just another way for us to communicate to you if you're out, if you're at home, or once this COVID virus works its way through and you're out at a park somewhere and there's tornado warnings, things like that. Those are the things that this thing's good for. And if you don't like it, you can always unregister. We won't use it unless it's a true emergency, but it allows us to communicate with you. Waycross Media, I'm going to give them a good shout out. They're closed to the public as well, but they're still in production. They're still doing this production right here. You know, we're practicing safe distancing as well in this meeting, but they're still in production. They're doing their job as a public service. They're making sure that the public, the local public, has an opportunity to get information, and they have one place that can get it, and they're here to help. They produced with the local YMCA a series of fitness classes that you can take a look at, follow while you're stuck in the house. So take a look at that. They'll be running on Waycross channels throughout the community. So find ways to do your best during this time. I know it's tough. We're all here in this together. The city is still open for business. We're trying to provide services as best we can to all of our community and anyone that needs it. We ask that if you need help, you call us and know that we're going to get back to you. Our response is different, but we're still going to respond. And we hope that everyone is hunkering down. Obviously, the governor, most of you know, the governor's issued what he called a stay-at-home order. We'll have that order on. What does that mean to individuals? We're just gonna post it on our website and allow you to read it. Bottom line is, if you don't need to be out, and you should be at home. Be cognizant. Be aware of if you're interacting with senior citizens and other folks, but mainly senior citizens that are in the high risk. Be aware that you take precautions not to expose yourself, because if you expose yourself and you come into contact with them, you're exposing them. And we really need to flatten the curve, as everyone's talking today. So be aware of your situation. Take the proper precautions as required by the local health department and the CDC. Wash your hands. Keep away from each other. And come up with good ways to keep your mind and your body busy while you're at home. And thank you very much. If you have any questions, again, I'll refer you to our website, and also you may call us at our main number. And we look forward to shortly being able to get back to business as usual.